ladies and gentlemen. Today we have with you Mr. Aaron Keay, President and CEO of Revolution Resources, which is involved in resources in Mexico. Mr. Keay, good day.
Good morning.
And welcome to Decision Plus.
Thank you for having me.
And let's talk about your company. You're a resources company, and you bought your major project. You bought a claim from another gold company, don't you?
Yeah, we have two portfolios actually. One we've been developing in North Carolina in the United States that we picked up privately. We did it ourselves for the majority of the land acquisition, and when it was ready to be drilled, we then put it into a public company. And the second portfolio we picked up from another well-known mid-tier producer, Lakeshore Gold, which is our Mexican portfolio, and makes us one of the largest land owners from an exploration standpoint in Mexico.
So the all values that's in this stock right now is about this claim that you got from Lakeshore Gold. The other portfolio is private, as you said.
No, we both portfolios are in the public company.
Okay.
We spent the majority of last year drilling in North Carolina.
Okay.
So we've made some significant discoveries in that area. And then I think this year the driver for the story right now is going to be validation and drilling in Mexico, which is our most recent acquisition. But I would say it's a shared value right now in that in North Carolina we're moving towards our initial resource estimate.
And is North Carolina known for having resources there?
It's a funny question because you get the reaction a lot, especially when I travel through the U.S. You'll still get the opinion of people saying they don't know anything about gold in Carolina, but it actually predates the California gold rush. Most of the people that initiated the California gold rush came from Carolina. So we're not the only company to be exploring there. There's a number of junior companies exploring. We're probably the most advanced junior exploring, and then you've got a mid-tier company moving towards production. And Kennecott used to, from 1988 to 1996, produced 1.5 million ounces in the Carolina Slate Belt. So there's a rich history for development and production there.
No, it's amazing. Sometimes it's just around us, and we just don't know. It's the same here in Quebec. We do have new mines and new discoveries in areas that we never expect before. We never heard even before, and all kind of new resources also. So where are you at now at the company? Have you any proven resources?
We're going to move towards our first resource estimate this year in North Carolina. We're targeting 1 million ounces, which I think is a fantastic start for a company after one season of drilling. The company's only been public for 2 years. We spent the majority of that time building out our portfolio. First was in North Carolina, second was then in Mexico. We've done a great job with the way we spent our money. So we'll have a resource come out in this year from North Carolina, and then I think the second driver is going to be a discovery in Mexico. Anytime you're looking for to evaluate these junior stocks, even in challenging times like right now, you want to look for companies that have multiple shots on goal. So you've got North Carolina that's moving towards a resource, which is a great validator, and then you're moving now towards a company that's active. We're cashed up for a junior company. We closed a financing in the first quarter of this year, which is rare for the junior gold explorers in this type of market.
And let's talk about the one in Mexico. There is because Mexico sometimes is pretty weird and very wild. So do you have all infrastructures and everything you need around your project?
Yeah, I think there can be a misconception about Mexico, especially when you read things about drug cartel and political activity. The camps that we picked up, obviously we did a considerable amount of due diligence on the properties. They're in the heart of 2 mining districts. So if you take our Universo property, which is 350,000 hectares, huge portfolio, it's right in the heart of the Penasquito, Camino Rojo, and Cerro San Pedro trend, which makes up over 50% of Goldcorp's NAV. So it's in a district that's well known for mining, has the local support, and we've done a great job with working with the communities to build up our HEDO relationships and the local support. And we've brought a lot of jobs to the local communities as well by utilizing local Mexican miners and geological groups based in Mexico.
Have they been subject to exploration program before?
The area has, we have 2 portfolios in Mexico. Universo has had classical, old-fashioned Mexican mining, private family mining, running anywhere from 10 grams up to 16 grams, mining the old veins. Kennecott previously did some drilling in the area, which is a big reason that validated us going into the area. They let their agreement with the areas lapse just because of the price of gold previously. The other area down in La Bufa, which is a little bit north of Universo, has had about 1 million tons of production, 3 grams of gold and 2.5% copper. So modern exploration, there hasn't seen a lot of drilling done in these areas, but there's a rich history of old alluvial and classic private Mexican mining in the areas.
So you think there's a lot more to be exploited there?
Well, we hope.
Yeah.
That's my head's not on the top of the drill bit.
But
But
you're talking about the new technologies, so it seems like it has been done the old-fashioned way, and like family enterprises and all that. But maybe no one really looked very deep with modern instruments and things like that. Is that what you mean?
I agree. Yeah, I mean, some of the best discoveries in Mexico have come from these old Mexican mines that have just never been drilled, and there hasn't been modern exploration done on them. I think it's a big reason why the likes of Kinross, a mid-tier producer, bought 10% of our company, because they see the potential in these old workings and these areas that just haven't had the current exploration.
And if you're going to have a 43-101 report soon.
Yes. Yeah.
And do you intend to exercise your option to acquire 100% of the project?
In Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our ambition. I mean, one of the things that we've always, as our group, has modeled ourselves on is how we spend our money. And we've done a great job last year of our money. The majority of our money goes into the ground. And our goal is to earn our percentage in, hopefully make a discovery, and we have a shotgun clause built in there to develop a resource and then move to 100%.
Can you explain that? This exit clause?
I wouldn't say it's an exit. I'd say it's more of an earn-in. When you do exploration deals, at least when I look from an investment standpoint, is the junior company spending money to buy the land, or are they getting to spend money in the ground, which earns their interest? Mm-hmm. And I prefer the companies that put money into the ground to earn their interest, because money's challenging to get right now for junior explorers. And the majority of our money that we've raised is not going to property payments, but it's going into the ground to make a discovery. And frankly, that's where all of the value is driven in these exploration stories.
And what about the money right now? Do you have still lots of money? Are you preparing new to issue more shares? Or
no, we're I think as fortunate as they come in this market. We're one of the rare bought deals in the exploration space done in Q1 this year. The TSX has obviously been hit. It's been one of the worst performing exchanges, but we got a great deal done. We've got a great institutional shareholder base, probably roughly 65%, led by some of the best junior gold funds in North America and Europe. And then you've also got Kinross and Lakeshore Gold, which own 15% of the company as well. So we've been very lucky. We're sitting in a good cash position. We're funded for more than the next 12 to 18 months. So we're in great shape to execute.
But right now, how much money available do you have?
$7 million right now sitting in the bank. Budgeted right now to spend $3.5 million this year on exploration.
And then what's your burn rate? $3 million per year?
It does fluctuate. These stories can change on a dime. If the markets change as well, we might consider getting more aggressive. But for the time being, we're going to spend $3.5 million this year on exploration, and you probably add $1 million to $1.2 million in G&A to operate the company with salaries and whatnot.
Okay, and then what are your plans for the future? You have $7 million, you spend $3 million per year, so you have for a couple of years. So you have a couple of years in front of you to find something, yep, to find some resources, and let's say you find it. And what's the plan after? To sell the resources itself, or to get into a deal with someone to go to production, or it's hard to say when you don't have the result yet.
Yeah, it's a dangerous question to answer because there's two approaches with exploration. One is you develop your resource and you hopefully sell it by creating value through a meaningful size economic type discovery. The second is a lot of groups like to take the route of make the discovery and then try and develop them themselves. Our group is traditionally known as an exploration group. We've sold companies in the past through our discoveries. I think that's our plan here, but a lot of it will speak to what do we uncover. In Mexico, we might have the Palmarejo, Penasquito type potential. And if we make discoveries like that, maybe we're open to doing it ourselves. Maybe we're open to bringing in a partner. My preference is let's stick to what we're good at. Let's explore, let's discover, let's sell. Or let's explore, discover, and let's bring in a partner to do it with us. and that's an easier way to do it.
Usually, when you sell to other companies, you sell to companies that are in the area that have what they need to do the exploitation of the mine area. So in Mexico, there, which companies are in the area?
Well, we're in Goldcorp country. Half of their NAV is based in that trend. Kinross obviously bought 10% of our company because they've got an interest in we believe de-risking from unpolitically safe places, and Mexico's a safer place. They do have property.
So they do believe that there's something there. So they almost fund you a little bit to help you finding something so they could buy it, or do they have a first right refusal or something like that?
They've got no first right of refusal, but typically the majors model is they'll sometimes support these juniors by anywhere from 10 to 20%. When they start to get close to 20%, you could scare away another bidder, but when they get to 20%, you know that they're definitely interested in that type of an area. Our best example as a group is we went through that experience with Kinross and Underworld Resources. They own 20% of that company, and ultimately they bought it.
So what are your biggest challenge right now?
The market is probably one of the biggest challenges.
What do you mean?
Just the overall market and the performance of the Toronto Stock Exchange in general has been a challenge. The junior market right now is out of favor. The institutions right now aren't buying in the open market. They're not, we were lucky to get a funding done, so we're well financed, so we're in great shape that way. But that, and we need to get results out to validate the discovery or the acquisition we made in Mexico. So those are our two biggest challenges right now.
Actually, the junior market is the one that suffers the most right now. So let's see the venture market here. I'm gonna get it in a second. Okay, right here. There we are. So as we see the market here, the venture market is right now at the price of last September, in September 2011, and it's also at the price it was at the end of 2009. So as opposed to the U.S. market and big market that are here for the U.S. and there for the TSX. So it's always the one that suffers the most. But I always say that's the ones that offers the best potential in every comeback. Though.
Yes.
Because when you look at this market, those that has been positioned in 2009 and 2010 made a lot of money on the small market, on the junior market. And your stock right now is sitting at its low ever, even a little bit lower. In 2010, the stock was 25 cents. It went to 85 cents, and is back now. It's at 20 cents at the moment. So right now, as I know this market, when you are a junior company and when you are drilling, time makes your share goes down. When you have no news, no result out, and no. But whenever it comes out, then it takes off because it becomes sometimes a ridiculous value at 20 cents for the potential that it is there. But it's the market mainly that do it right now. Gold is going down, silver is going down. Everyone was saying that it was going to $5,000, and gold was going to $5,000, and finally at 1900 it started pulling back. But sooner or later it should come back up. So right now you are trying to seduce the investors a little bit and say, okay, look, we are a good company, we're a well-managed company, we're located in very nice places, there are resources out there, we have money, we've got to find something, and the value of our shares will come back up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's obviously always the plan. I think our chart reflects our stock chart reflects what's happening on the overall exchange. I think a lot of the junior companies right now out there have a similar chart and are feeling those pains. The absolute turn for us will be if you see a correction in the market. I think we'll be, we've been suppressed pretty hard. Most of the money that's gone into us has been at higher levels with some sophisticated institutions. And then I think from there also a discovery is going to be a key driver. Some good news in the junior markets lately, though, is there's been some takeover activity, and you've seen some positive reaction from recent discoveries. The last couple of months, you haven't seen a lot of M&A activity, and you haven't seen the market react to new discoveries. So those were good signs in the last couple of weeks that the market did react to a new discovery, or you've started to see some M&A activity, because those things are what brings back and drives the venture market.
Well, there's several ways of looking at a 20 cents value company. There are 20 cents value company that goes to 1 and then to 0 and die from there. And there are those that makes the big stories. And we have seen so many on the venture market this year that were worth about 10 cents and went up to $1 and $2 and $3 in some cases. So but when their value was 10 cents, nobody would care about them because they thought that this is not good. And then when it takes off, because I think what the industry should be considering right now with you is the management, the game plan of the company, the fact that you got some help from bigger company, and you have an area with great potential, and sooner or later you're gonna strike.
Yeah, I mean we've got great management team, we've got cash, we've got 2 politically safe places, we can operate year round. I think it's tough, and in this type of market, unless it's a discovery, to turn around your stock chart. And when it starts to go the direction that ours has, it's going to need some sort of a fundamental change, and that's going to be a discovery in Mexico and also a positive resource coming out of North Carolina.
So let's hope this is the bottom of your stock and the bottom of the barrel for you, because it seems like the table is set to be better. It can just be better.
Yeah, we've done a good job executing, and hopefully this is near that bottom, and things should start to turn as we start to put out some news as well as a company.
So keep in touch with us, and let us know anytime you have any significant information. We'll be pleased to pass it to our viewers.
Yeah, no, look forward to giving the viewers an update and then coming back to see you again.
Mr. Keay, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.